back to the Young Leading Leadership. As we all know, my name is Miracle, and it's nice to be here again. So today we're going to be having Mr. I like to call him Dewumi, but his name is Adewumi, and I've known him for like over 4 years now, over 4 years, and one thing I've known with him is the fact that he's been consistent. I don't know, people singing and then they get to keep their voice. No, it's a lot of work. So it's a great privilege to have him here today, and then we'll be speaking on the power of consistency. And so thanks very much for joining. Thanks very much for joining. Beams, thanks very much for joining. Okay, so we're going to be having him soon. Okay. Okay, so okay. Okay. So thanks very much for joining. Thanks very much for joining. I am grateful. Okay. Okay, Mr. Dale, Mrs. joined. So I'm going to be heading up now, and yeah. Okay.
Hi, brother.
Hello, sir.
How are you doing? Nice to meet you.
Good afternoon.
Can you hear me well?
Okay. Yeah, I hear you very well. I can hear you very, very well.
Okay.
Mr. Dale, thank you very much for accepting my invitation. I'm very grateful. I feel like I'm a superstar. You know, when you're hosting celebrity, you know. Okay, so
SMH.
so I'm going to be in production right now, and then I welcome you. Okay, thanks very much. This is Mr. Dewumi, and then he's going to speak on the power of consistency. Okay, and I'm going to read his introduction right now. Okay, Mr. Dewumi, popularly known as Dewumi, is a musician, a lawyer. He currently the pastor of Covenant Connect, the youth expression of the Covenant Nation, formerly known as Covenant Christian Center, headed by Pastor Pojo Imade. Where he used to be the music director, his passion for gospel and ministry started about 8 years ago. He served as the president of the Christian Law Student Fellowship of Nigeria, LASU chapter, alongside served as the president of the Joint Campus Fellowship of the University, LASU Christian Community in 2014-2015. His music career has opened opportunities for him to work with gospel artists like Infinity Buchi, Nathaniel Bassi, Victoria Reze, Tolu Odukoya, Damilola Oluwatoyinbo, Wale Adenuga, Wale Adesonya, Olumide Iyan, many more. His music experience also includes theater music and is a vocal coach. He has recently craved for a new career path for himself in entertainment law, which is fast growing. He works in one of the top entertainment law firms in Nigeria. He has mastered a perfect blend of music, law, and pastoral. He's happily married. Welcome, sir.
That part is very new to me. I'm just used to it.
Okay. I'm ready, so the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Miracle. Thank you so much. This is such a privilege. You know, I didn't even realize how much I would have loved to talk about this until you actually told me to talk about it. Like, because it was when I was thinking about it, I realized that, oh, like somewhere in my heart, I'd always wanted to talk about this, but I never really had to talk about it like officially. It was always something like I've always believed and talked about, you know. But like officially on the podium like this or on the platform for people to hear and listen, I don't think I. Funny enough,
thanks very much.
You made me believe that you made me realize that I have been consistent. A lot of people say it. I don't. So what I was thinking was like, have you really been consistent? I remember that since 2013, what I've been living now is there are things that I've been saying actually, and people that know me. You know, somebody came to my house. I think last time I had spoken many years ago, and it was like, you said we were going to get married in 2020. I forgot. I actually forgot. I said that too many years ago. And it was like, oh, you said that. I said, oh, I didn't even remember. And a lot of people take my mind back to things that I've said like 8 years ago. and how
Mm.
they will say that, oh, you have actually stayed to this and you have made it happen and all those things. So I realized that, oh, it's true, and it's something that I think is needed. I would have felt like, oh, why would we want to talk about it? But our generation is a generation that doesn't like to stay. You know, it's
Mm.
anything,
Mm.
relationships, jobs, no matter what it is, we don't like to stay. You know, all in the name of being woke. You understand? So it
Mm.
has to be what is working now. Let's go there. Okay, this is no longer working. What is now working? What is now working? And it also shows from the way we see trends. We build on trends. It's so funny. One time you see NSAS trending, you know, and you think this is what people are going to die about. You think that everybody's heart is here, and in the next 2 hours you see Ozo trending. What's you think that this is NSAS? This is Ozo. Like they're like this, that far. Let's even say it is someone that is now trending next. We say okay, there's some relate. There's the way he relates. But the next thing you're seeing is NSAS trending, End Bad Government trending. The next thing you're seeing Davido trending or Tasha. You know, and it's like, what the hell? Did you guys just forget what is happening now? You know, and it's so common. People cannot stay on a vision. People cannot stay on a plan. People cannot stay consistent on an assignment. You know, and there's no way you're going to build anything in life without consistency. You know, Pastor Danny is one person I respect so much, and we're talking one time, and I was just like, how do you do these things? And all he said, well, you don't know that I've been doing what I'm doing now for 20 years. You know,
Wow.
so he told me that in 2019. So now it will be 22 years. It will be 21, going to 22 years of preaching, of being creative, of creating content. You know, of doing all those things. And you're wondering, like, okay, how did anybody become like this? It was because they stayed at something for so long. You know, so it means that you have to understand how.
Sorry, can you give me 2 seconds, please?
Okay, that's fine. I can see some people here. Oh, I can see Tolani. I can see Wheezy Speak. I can see. Oh, I can see Benjamin. I can see Emmanuel. Tony. See my mentor. Thank you guys for joining. I hope you have an amazing time. I believe so. It's going to be interesting. Oh, I can see Olamide here too. Thank you. Okay. Very cool. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So sorry for that, sir.
All right. So, like I was saying, so I felt like he was like, I've been doing this for 20 years. You know, I've looked at people that I respect so much. I discovered that they've done things for years. It depends on what you're building. Like I always say, the person that is building a skyscraper is different from the person that is building a bungalow, just a hut or something to stay. You know, there's a way you approach where you have a long-term plan. There's a way you know that, okay, I have to stay at this. You know, some people are just trying to survive, and that's a lot. And we can, although the role, of course, our society plays a role in that. So it's about the next trendy thing. It's about the next thing that is working. About the next thing that, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So it's about the fact that people cannot stay, you know, somewhere. Of course, we're not saying stay. You know, there's how you know that something is not working, and I'm going to give example of those things here, of course. But let me start talking, because I know I can go from here on and on. So there's a quote I saw from Dwayne Johnson. I heard him say something one time, and Dwayne Johnson is The Rock. He's an actor, and for me, he's one of the most consistent person I've seen. It doesn't matter where you're consistent, as long as you're consistent, it's a good attribute. In the movie industry, Dwayne Johnson is crazy, and we all know. I'm into entertainment, so those things catch my fancy. So he says success isn't always about greatness. You know, it's about consistency. You know, consistent hard work leads to success. You know, and I heard Fela Durate say something one time. He said, if you are there's a difference between if you're playing a tournament, you have to win consistently to win the tournament. Do you understand? So for those that watch football here, if you are playing the Champions League and you want to win the Champions League, you have to keep winning. At least you have to win more than you lost. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It has to be a consistent winning or a consistent level of quality to be able to win that particular trophy. You get. So the point is, you can have a one-time success, amazing, good. But if you want to build something that is long-lasting, you have to go beyond a one-time thing. You have to always find a way or build a system that creates consistency for your life, a consistency for the things that you want to do. So I believe that this is going to help. And like I said, that definition, greatness will come. Greatness will definitely follow success, but consistency is what actually gets you successful. But I'm going to bring consistency from a different angle entirely. People bring consistency from a place of activities, and that is good. Like I said consistency, like being consistent in good activities is actually is commendable. Do you understand? But I'm going to bring consistency more from a place of vision than a place of just activity. Sorry, I know that I'm a pastor. I have to chip it in. Sorry, so I cannot always take out the Bible from it. But this is it. The Bible says that Jesus endured the cross because of the joy that was set before him. Now, there's a limit to how you can be consistent with an activity that is not tied to a vision. Do you get what I'm saying? So the point is, it can be a good activity, but if there's no bigger picture, you will soon fade. You'll soon fall by the way. There has to be something that you're consistently seeing that makes the activity worth it. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, so people say be consistent in an activity, be consistent in doing this, be consistent in doing that. But for me, I think that is an effect of something you are seeing. You can't be consistent in one. Everybody's consistent in activities based on what they are running with. Do you understand? I'm consistent in certain things because of what I can see. Do you get? And we're going to explain those things. So someone can say pray every morning. Someone can say read one book every day or read one chapter every day, for example. That all depends on what you want to be. That all depends on what you can see. Do you understand what I'm saying? Why are you doing it? What is the greater picture for you? If you don't have a big picture, you have problem being consistent. You cannot be small-minded and be consistent. It cannot happen. You cannot be a man of the now and be consistent. So the first thing is that you cannot be a short-sighted person and be consistent. You have to just know that. You have to be a long-term person. You have to see 10 years. And even if you are not accurate in your sight, but you have to desire a long-term thing. You get? So I define consistency like this. I said in my own definition, so I'm not sure if you find it anywhere, but it says consistently is doing the right thing even when it's boring and you don't feel like it. For me, that's how I define consistency. And secondly, I said consistency is doing what you have to do even after the initial enthusiasm has gone. So you have to understand that when you get a new idea comes with enthusiasm. It comes with excitement. Now, but the problem is that people always want that excitement to stay. The excitement will never stay because it is feelings. And feelings are always temporary. Do you understand? You cannot have one particular feeling for life. So they say feelings are bad leaders, but are good followers. Do you understand? So feelings will lead you wrongly, but your feelings will always follow your decisions. Yes, so feelings are good followers, but they are bad leaders. So I'm saying that when you have something, when something comes to you fresh, it's just like buying a new toy, a new car, a new anything. There's an excitement that comes with new. But the problem is that people expect the excitement to remain. So when the excitement goes off, that's when consistency starts. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you have to now do it for a reason that is beyond your excitement, that is beyond the enthusiasm that came in before, and that you can no longer find. And for me, that's the problem. I feel like this is why I feel like passion is overrated. Do you understand? I feel passion is overrated because I wrote it here. I said, still listen to what I wrote. I said there is nothing in this world And I quote, there is nothing in this world, no matter how interesting it is, that you always feel like doing. There's nothing. Nothing. Like, no matter how interesting it is, there's nothing you always feel like doing. So the point is, for you to say you're doing something because you love it, it's not enough reason to keep you going, because there are days you will not love it. There are days I record in the studio to past 11. There are days when I started law and music properly. Of course, when I say law and music, I'd gone to law school. I'd got about 2017. Yeah, that's there. But when I decided to practice, what happened was that I couldn't quit music, because music was the one that was feeding me at that time. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I couldn't stop that, because where I was working then, when I decided to gain my experience as a lawyer from, I wasn't being paid well. Do you understand? And I knew that I was just doing it because I wanted to create this path for myself. Do you get? And so I had to go the hard way. I had to always come to record after I leave the office. So I leave the office by 6 o'clock at Marina. I come back to Yaba. So they pile up my jobs for me, and I record after. So sometimes, thankfully, my house is close to the place. So sometimes I record till like 11 o'clock. It's muted. Okay. Then I record till that time. And I have to go to work the next day. Do you understand? I have to also be effective at work. Did I lie? Lie? You cannot tell me that you enjoy that kind of thing. So the point is, when you're enthusiastic, when you get your job, you're excited about it. But it won't always make you excited. Sometimes, 3 weeks into the job, even 1 month into the job, you're no longer excited about it. And I feel like your consistency starts where your enthusiasm ends. Like, when there's no longer enthusiasm, when there's no longer passion or likeness for this thing, So, do you know, I didn't. So we're two that pastors Covenant Connect. Do you know I'm excited every time? I know some of my members are here and they will hear me, but it's fine. Don't judge me. But every time I don't have to preach, I'm always excited. People don't always believe this, because every time I have to preach, from Wednesday, I cannot have a normal life. I cannot have a normal day. Like, I have to, every other thing I do has to be tied with the consciousness that I'm preaching on Sunday. Do you get what I'm saying? So I have to start to read. I have to, even if I know what it is before, I have to meditate. When I'm walking on the road, I'm trying to pray. If I'm praying 1 hour before, I'm praying more. You understand what I'm saying? So if you can tell me, be a pastor and not preach, I'll be like, thank you. God bless you. That's what I'm saying. Now, so the point is, you can't tell me that I'm consistent because I enjoy doing it. Yes, I enjoy it, but I don't always enjoy it. Like, what I mean, there are times I have to do it because I know it is the right thing to do, not because there is ginger. Let me use that word, or there's excitement, fueling, and there's passion. When people say follow your passion, you might just miss it if you are doing that, because you will not always be excited. Even what you call your passion, in a year, you will not like it. I don't like music. Let me tell you the truth. I don't like music now, like the way I liked it when I started. I don't. If you have people that are realistic with you, they will tell you the truth. The most enthusiastic day I've been is the first day. Every day that passes by, the enthusiasm will drop. I remember, if you tell me to sing at a time of my life, even if you told me to pay, I would pay to sing. You get what I'm saying? Like, I would tell you, I would do anything as long as you're giving me an opportunity to sing. Right now, if you call me to sing, I'll sit down and say, how much is it? Where is it? How far is it? What is it? Because I don't want to do it. It's not just, it's not like I want to just feel. So that excitement that I had at the first time, I used to live in a distance. I used to live in Ojo, and sometimes I'll get called on the island in Yaba. I would go. I won't even get paid. Funny enough, I would go and find a way to get money. I just get it because I just want to sing. Let me tell you the truth. I don't feel like that again. I can't even remember the last time I felt like that again. As a matter of fact, I'm more like, oh, now than yeah now when I have to sing. Because if it's a hobby, it's different. When it's work, it's different. When it's work, then there has to be other things than love. There has to be other things than passion. There has to be dedication. There has to be discipline. There has to be a choice. There has to be consistency. You know, beyond the fact that I love this, there has to be that I know I have to do this for certain reasons, and I am going to stay at it no matter how much I feel, or no matter how much I feel like doing it or not. So if you cross that line, you just began your journey of consistency. The problem is that people want to always be happy. Let me tell you the truth, in quotes, you know, do things that always make you happy is a lie. There's some things I believe that is a lie. There are certain, in fact, check it in life. The things that are good for you are not always exciting. That's the truth. They're not always exciting. Discipline is not exciting. If you just want to stay happy, they are going to be an indisciplined person. Check it. If all you want to do is just be happy, then you're going to be an indisciplined person. You're going to have to choose things that are not exciting but are good. You know, so there are different things. I want to approach life doing things that are good for me, not always things that make me happy. Because sometimes the things that make me happy are the wrong things. The things that make me happy are the things that are detrimental to my vision, detrimental to my destiny, to what I'm pursuing in life. So I have to leave happiness sometimes for the real thing. I have to leave excitement for the real thing sometimes. So some quotes and some things you see online, they look brilliant, but they're not always true. You go, someone say, always be happy. Yes, I understand what you're trying to say in the sense that never substitute your happiness in life, in quotes, like trying to put yourself in a place. But I'm telling you that sometimes you have to be in places where you have to exchange excitement for the vision. Sorry, I have to bring in Jesus again. Jesus was not happy going to the cross. Check your Bible. If he was happy, he didn't say, God, it's time. When am I going to the cross? So, yeah, let's go. I'm passionate about the cross. I love the cross. I don't, nah. My Bible even asked, he said, wait, but I know that when we're analyzing this thing, you said I was going to the cross. But maybe you have changed your mind. Is it possible that I don't do this thing again? You know what I'm trying to say? Is it really possible that I don't do this again? Can I avoid it? If it was exciting, he wouldn't ask that question. He would be excited to go. He would want to go. But because at that point, he knew that man, this is not exciting. But I have to go. So you have to, maturity comes when you know that I can substitute my happiness temporarily for an overall happiness eventually. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I know that if I'm happy now, it will jeopardize a vision. But if I choose to deny myself now, I could get the eventual happiness. Do you get what I'm saying? So you have to understand the choice. You know, and the moment, like I said, the moment you cross the enthusiasm and you can continue, that is when your consistency starts. You know, so you have to always pass that test. Anything you are doing, you have to always pass that test. Because there are days that you won't feel, there are days you don't feel like getting up from your bed. But you don't get up, you know what will be at stake. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And for me, I was like, I'm bringing consistency from an angle of vision. And people might want to ask me, what is vision? Well, how do I know that I have a vision? How do I know? Because these things can just be cliche. People just say it, and people cannot really even say that this is a vision. I don't know how to detect if this is a vision or not. I was going to define what vision is, but I think this definition sometimes they do more harm than good for us. Because what I think is that life doesn't come to us in definitions. Do you get? The events of your life doesn't present definitions to you. So you might know a definition in your head and not recognize it when it comes to play in life, like literally. So I'd rather that people teach people how to recognize certain things when they come, rather than just give them a definition. And when those things come as an event of life, they cannot say, okay, this is what this thing is. I know I know the mental definition of this, but I cannot say that this is what it is when it brings to my table. So rather than saying that vision is this, vision is that, I'm going to tell you some of the ingredients, how you know that I have a vision. How do I know? No, if you're starting this journey, first of all, then you have to, it's a journey, like it's a journey. Someone was telling me some time ago that in 2014, I'd under the tree in Lasso, I told him certain things I wanted to do with my life. I told him how I wanted to be, people I wanted to work with and everything. Sometimes when I think about it, I'm wondering what came over me that I had to say. I said all those things. Funny enough, I don't know why I said all those things. But the thing about it is that, how do I know that it was a vision? The first thing is that it is going to excite you. That's the truth. It's going to excite you. Now, if you think you have a vision and you're not excited about it, what do I mean by that? I talked about the Bible. The Bible says that for the joy that was set before him, he endured the cross. I have to always bring the Bible in. My apologies if I apologize to anybody, but I have to always bring the Bible. Now, but this is it. I was talking about the fact that happiness sometimes you can intentionally deny yourself happiness for an eventual joy and excitement. Now, so this is the activities will not always be exciting, but the vision will always be exciting. Do you understand? I want to be sure that you understand what I'm saying. So the activity will not always be exciting. So the cross was an activity to get to the vision. So in seeing the joy, he endured. You don't endure something that is exciting. Just let me know. So I don't have to endure. Imagine somebody taking me. What do I love now? Imagine somebody taking me to. You take me to maybe a restaurant, maybe the place restaurant or TFC, and you take me there and you be like, "What do you want?" And I pick what I want. I just say, "Please let me endure the food, and everything." I don't have to endure. I'll be like, "Can I endure more? Give me more endurance." Do you know what I'm saying? But the point is, you don't have to endure something that is exciting. So when he says that because of the joy, he endured. So there's an activity that leads to the exciting vision. That activity doesn't always have to be exciting. But if the picture of the exciting vision is before you, you understand that I'm not in permanent pain. I'm in temporary pain to enjoy a permanent joy. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you have to understand where to make that decision. So I said, first of all, your vision, it has to excite you. It's going to excite you. When you think about it, it makes you happy. It makes you like, oh, I want to do this thing. Can it just happen tomorrow? Can we just get it tomorrow? It's exciting. So that's how you can recognize sometimes when you think about something excites you. Secondly, it's going to scare you. It's going to scare you. I think that if you have visions that don't scare you, I think you're small-minded. That's what I think. I think you're small-minded. If you are a man of big picture or a person of big pictures, it will scare you. Me. If there's anything that people complain to me about, is that I have a very good taste. So my visions are always big. It's a problem. I don't know how to do small things. Like let's just say this vision, or like let's just minimize it. I don't always know how to shrink. To shrink something. I don't know how to manage. I want to always do it to the brim. I want to be sure that I exhausted the options. I exhausted the possibilities. You get. So my visions are always big. And I'm saying this to you that if you have a vision that is not big enough for you, that doesn't scare you, you have to go and visualize it again. There's something about you that is holding you back from dreaming as much as you want to dream. So the point is, it will excite you and it will scare you normally. So you are going to be excited about it. But at the same time, there's a part of your mind that be like, am I really, really, really strong enough to do this? Can I really maintain this? So if you have that feeling, you are right. if you have that feeling, you are on the right path. If you're scared about a vision that is before you, you are doing well. In fact, if you don't wake up every morning to something that is bigger than you, you are wrong. That's what I'm telling you. If you don't wake up every morning to something that is bigger than you, I have to say that again, then you are wrong. You are a mediocre. You are going to eventually live a life, an ordinary life. You have to every day wake up to something that when you wake up to it, you know that this is bigger than me. Because something has to always push you. Like I said, activities without vision cannot last. You cannot pick up an activity without a bigger picture. The moment there's no bigger picture, your activities will just be for a while. That's how you start. People now, you work out today, tomorrow you don't work out again because there's no bigger picture. Really in your mind, you're like, nah, fat, I don't keep it. Just that kind of thing. You get what I'm saying? But for someone that has a vision, let me give an example. Working out is not the same thing for someone that just that's just cruising. Than for someone that's an athlete. They are two different things. You get what I'm saying? So vision determines activity. How important an activity is not in the sense of the activity. It is when I'm putting it into what I want to achieve. That's how I determine the activities. You get what I'm saying? Now, so rather than saying, people just say, be consistent in this and in that. But my consistency has to be in, I can't be consistent when I don't have a big picture. That's what I'm trying to show you. You can always tell a person, do this. Playing football to a guy that is catching cruise and to someone that wants to be Cristiano Ronaldo are two different things. You get what I'm saying? They are the same activities interpreted through different lenses, through different visions. So the point is, vision is what determines consistency. Before you tell yourself that I want to be consistent in this thing, in this particular activity, you have to be able to define what that activity is going to lead to. Because if there's nothing the activity is leading to, it's just a matter of time. You will wear out. You would just not be able to do it again. Just be like, oh, I'm not doing it again. Just what I'm saying. Some people are trying to go to the gym because they just feel like, they don't feel like it is, they just feel like I'm too big in quotes, certain things. You get what I'm saying? But one day they just realize that this big where I big, maybe this is another person that is big and they're, I don't do it again. Just what I'm saying. The point is, you are distracted from activity when it is not. So everything will make sense when activities are not based on vision. Everything will just feel like the right thing to you. You can't discern. You can't say this is the right thing because there's not even vision to use to check if what I'm doing is the right thing or not. So everything I'm going to be saying today, like everything you learn on consistency right now is going to be based on the fact that you have to get a big picture first. You have to get the big picture doesn't have to be right. That's what people want to always get it right. You don't say, how do I know that this big picture? Just have a big picture. Rock with something. And even if you are here and it's like you want to always consult, like it's about God and everything. Check the Bible and precedents. God interrupts other people's vision. They have something to do. God never came to interrupt a jobless person. Do you get what I'm saying? So even if you get interrupted, have vision first. Do you get what I'm saying? Have it first. Before you start thinking, am I doing the right thing or am I doing the wrong thing? Is this for me? Is it not for me? Is it my destiny? Is it not my destiny? Don't give yourself. Something is coming to you. Just have it. At that time, it could change. It could grow. It could become something that you didn't think initially. But every time of your life, there has to be something before you. Every time, every day. You have to wake up to something that you want to work towards. And it's not just, you don't break them down into daily activities, but those daily activities have to lead to something that you are seeing. If not, at some point, you just feel like there's no need to keep up the activities. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's going to excite you. It's going to scare you. It will affect your choice. Your vision will affect your choice. Anybody that chooses everything is a pointer that he doesn't have vision. You can't choose everything. everything is not for me, and that is fine. Because we're not getting, we don't have the same vision, we're not seeing the same thing. We can't always choose the same thing. We can't go to the same boutique and I'm going for a dinner and you are going for a party. I'm going for a dinner, you're going to the club, and we choose the same outfit. You get what I'm saying? What we are using it to do will determine my choice. I can't, because you are choosing a club outfit, and because you're choosing a mini skirt and a shimmy, for example, but I'm going to a dinner, I'm going to an official dinner, and because you chose it, I have to choose it with you because you're my friend. That doesn't make any sense. It just shows that I don't have any vision. Now, so the point is, we can go to the same boutique, but we're going to choose different things based on the utility, based on what we want to use it for, based on what we can see. So we're in life together. People can be in the same classroom. People can be in the same stage in life, but extract different information and different things that is necessary to what they can see. You're getting my point now. So it has to be what you can see. It always has to be what you can see. So you always have to have the question in your eye, what is the bigger picture? So it will affect your choice. I can have 7, my closest friends are not on the same path with me. So we can't have to choose the same thing. We don't have to go everywhere together, because it is not, listen, every time you choose something that, every time you choose something, let me just say this. Anytime you choose something out of vision, you are indirectly choosing, you're indirectly furnishing another person's vision. Let me just tell you the truth. So this is the point. You have a friend and you do things because that friend does things. Now, the person is running with something, but they're influencing you to do that. What happens is that the more you go, let's give an example now. The friend that goes to play ball with the guy that is a professional footballer, they are both playing ball. One is getting closer to the vision. One is getting further. You understand what I'm saying? You will not have a problem with choice if you have vision. It will be normal to you. When proposals are brought to your table, you will weigh it to what you can see. Because if you don't have what you can see, everything just looks like a good idea. It's a good idea, but it's not a good idea for me. Because what I can see is not what this is. So every offer will not be tempting. Because you can see something, you know, is it aligned to it? Is it in line with it? It could be long term. It could be long term, but you know that this is one step closer to what I can see. Then I said it will separate you from others. Like I said, your choice. Your choice. So your vision will separate you from others. You would know. Yes, we are friends, but they know that we're acting differently based on what we can see. Do you understand? So this is the ingredients you used to know that you have a vision. When you start feeling this way, you know that there's something inside my heart that is calling me. You know. Then when you understand that there's now a vision, you now carve out consistent activities. Do you get how I'm tying it now? Consistent activities that lead to that one vision. And those activities can change. Now it's easier to be consistent because I can see. If I know I have a race on Saturday, jogging every day will not be a problem for me. Now, and I know what is at stake. Now discipline now comes in, choice now comes in, and all those things. You understand what I'm saying now? So it has to be founded on vision. So finally, I want to talk about the advantages of consistency. And this is what I'm going to say. Life will always test your conviction. If you make a choice now, it can never be smooth. Everybody that tell you that, you know, is going to be, they're lying to you. So these things test your convictions. And how do you separate cowards? When there's just an opposing event, they just take off. These are cowards. You know, if like say, you know, they work, just take off. How long have you even known that it's not working? Do you even know? Do you understand what I'm saying? And the annoying thing, this is so you can see that I'm saying it with so much passion, because their definition of is not working is in comparison to another person. Often, how do you always know what is not working? Do you get what I'm saying? What are you comparing it to? Let what is not working be in comparison to what you are seeing. So I know this is not working because what I'm seeing, this is not aligning to it. So I can change it. But I can't say I know it's not working because I can see the outcome in another person's life. And I feel like what I'm doing is not working because I don't feel like I have the same outcome with the other person. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it comes down to what you are seeing eventually. So how do I know what is not working in my life right now? What is not working in my life? So let me give an example. Recently, okay, there was a time in my life that I was choked with activities. It was a lot. I'm not even talking about bad activities now, like good activities. I'm telling you that good activities can be bad when you compare them to vision. Do you get my point? It can be a good activity, but compared to your vision, it's a bad activity. Do you get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, there was a time that I was just choked. I just felt like I had so much activities. Now, how do I know that some of those activities were wrong? You bring it back to the table. Which one is getting me closer to what I can see in my heart? Which one is taking me further? That's how I can check what is not working and what is working. Your definition of what is not working and what is working should be even in comparison to what you can see. You get what I'm saying? Now, so I'm going to wrap up quickly. So consistently builds your convictions. When you're consistent in certain things and you stay at certain things, your convictions become stronger. Because the more oppositions you have to face for your vision, the stronger your convictions are. It's the harder it is for someone to take you off the path, because you've overcome so many hurdles that your convictions are now stronger. So consistency builds your conviction. Consistency is a test whether you're serious or not. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, consistently builds your character. Eventually, when you're a consistent person, you are a positive person. It's always like that. Most people are not consistent because they are filled with negativity. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's negativity that breaks consistency. So when you're consistent, most times because you are seeing the good in a supposedly not too good circumstances or not too good events. So I can see through an event and see the good things inside of it. It builds my positivity. So the way I view life is from a positive point of view. Now, consistently helps me build that positivity. So my approach to life from a positive point of view. Now, so you have to understand that negativity is what breaks consistency. Of course, one of the things, there's indiscipline, there is in being indifferent and everything. Those are but one of the things is negativity. This is not working, I have to stop. Or this is not working the way I should be, I have to stop. Now, but the more consistent you are, the more positive minded you would be. Not the more positive you will feel. Oh, I didn't say you will feel, because you might not feel positive, but you will see positivity when you are consistent. Now, so you have to understand that these are the power of it. And if there's anything you want to take home today, because you can't teach all these things in 30 minutes or in 1 hour. So I want to be sure that I'm giving what can be a take home. Is that vision. Your vision will determine what you should be consistent with. So you have to lay your consistently on a vision. You know, and I said happiness will not always be the way you choose things. Sometimes they're temporarily denial of happiness for a more permanent joy that you have seen. Do you get what I'm saying? So you have to understand that too. You get, so vision, when you have that vision, it's easy to choose the activities to be consistent with. You know, then I said that your vision will excite you, it will scare you, it will affect your choice, it will separate you. I said your consistently will build your convictions, will make you stronger at it, and your consistently will build your character. I don't think I'm missing out anything, but I think I want to stop here now, because if I continue, we will not finish. And Instagram is going to cut us. But let's see if anybody has any. I hope this made sense.
Whoa. The one that got me thinking, what you see. And I think I'm thinking of changing the topic to what you see. I think.
Right.
See, what you see. Okay, before I'm going to ask the question, see if you have a question, we're going to take about reason why I want to make it short is because we have young people. Young people don't like too much things. When the thing is plenty like that, they will just keep it.
Too much time.
Want to want to watch because this is something I feel every young person should watch. It's very important. So if you have a question, please just drop it and then I will read it out. But this is a day with me. You're a young man and you're leading in different sectors and you've led in different sectors. Yeah. What have you, in your experiences and your years of expertise in what you're doing, what do you think, what word do you think every young person should be hearing today?
Every young person should be what?
Should hear today. Like what you believe every young person should know.
Oh, should know. This is deep. Because I have to. There are lots, but let me try and bring it into what I think every young person should have is the right picture. Let me explain. A right picture modeled in people. You get. Some people call it role model. I don't know. It might not be role model. But it might not work for that might not be what it is for you. So you have to understand that it might not be role. So I decided to define it in a broader way so that you understand how that fits. So the question is, you have to have the right picture as a young person. So if you are in any industry, you want to have an encouraging picture, someone that you feel like has done that and has done it well, And one of the things I think young people should learn too is that you don't have to always, I don't believe that you have to always suffer. I believe that you can ride on legacies. You can ride on people's back. People don't always want to understand these things. And you can literally ride on people's back. So find people that are ready to carry you, like literally, you understand? And another thing I think that young people have to learn too is that you have to know how to serve. People don't know how to serve. Again, have a mindset of giving more than receiving. Have a mindset of giving. Do you understand? And I'm not talking about resources. I'm talking about time. I'm talking about if you're working in a place, be the giver. Okay, let me bring it down. Make sure that no company can pay you for what you do, in quotes. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. So even if I'm here and I'm being paid, I know that I'm still giving because I know that I'm doing more than what I'm paid for. Do you get what I'm saying? So approach life from a giving mindset. I want to give. I want to do. I want to serve. I want to be excellent. I want to do more than is required of me. I want to. Do you understand what I'm saying? So basically, if I put it into three, we'll have the right picture. We could be in people. One. Ride on legacies. Don't try to start something new every time. Most of the things you want to do, somebody have done it before. Do you understand? Go and check. Ride on legacies and experiences of others. Learn from it and build on legacies. Okay, let me put it that way. Build on legacies, yeah? Then thirdly, always have a giving approach of life to always want to give. So if I'm working in a place and I'm being paid, no matter how much I'm being paid, I know that I'm giving more. Let there never be a time in your life that you're in a place where you feel like you are not giving. You're just receiving. No. You're just receiving. No. Always have that mindset to give. Your resources, your time, your energy to people around you. And of course, that's what I feel.
Wow, thank you.
My experience.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much. So do we have any questions before we end now? Please let's tell Mr. Doe, let's tell him thank you. Now, this is too much. We're having passport day with me to talk to us. This was what. So very old for me. Very, very old for me. So let's say thank you, please. Let's thank you. Let's thank you. Mr. Doe, thank you so much.
It's amazing.
I'm very, very good.
I'm always happy. Even if I'm talking to one person, it makes me excited. The fact that someone can learn. It's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
But I hope people learn something. Hey, God, let me see your comment. I hope I was not too complicated. That was how simple.
Okay. So no, I think we got that question. But please, let's say thank you. Let's say thank you. Let's say thank you before I hand this one. Let's say thank you. Let's say thank you. I'm waiting for the thank you. Okay, very good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good.
Benjamin. Thank you.
Good. Good.
I can't pronounce that name. She is.
She's renewed in Christ.
Oh, she's renewed in Christ. Oh. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we're going to allow this now, and then thanks very much, Mr. Dewi. Thanks so much. Okay, sir. So we're going to excuse you now.
This was an honor. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It's a privilege for me. You know what it means to have Pastor Dewi with me on the platform. People don't know. So let's say. Sorry, my lights just went out now. So yeah, I'll just end it here and then. Okay, now thank you very much.
All right, bro. Bye, everybody.
Okay, now.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay, guys. Thanks very much for joining. Thanks very much, everyone. Thanks very much for staying. Thanks very much for watching. I hope this has empowered you. And thank you for everyone for joining. Sorry, I can't say thank you to everybody. So let me just say thank you now. So the next session is on Saturday. It's Young Within 8.0. Thanks for joining.